Imagine this: you're at work, sipping your morning coffee, when suddenly the fire alarm blares, smoke fills the hallway, and people start running. Do you know what to do? Would you react calmly or panic? Today, we are talking about something crucial: managing emergency situations and fire safety at work. Whether you work in an office, a hospital, or a factory, emergencies can happen anytime. What is an emergency? An emergency at the workplace is any unexpected situation that possesses a serious or immediate threat to people's lives, the workplace, or the surrounding community. These situations require quick action to prevent injury, loss of life, or severe damage. Examples of workplace emergencies: fire, electrocution, gas leaks or explosion, flooding, terrorist threats, or violence. Medical emergencies. Think about your workplace. How prepared do you feel? If a gas leak happened right now, would you know where to exit safely? That's why we need emergency procedures. The four key steps in emergency procedures. When an emergency happens, time is critical. Every workplace should have an emergency response plan in place. Let's break it down into four key steps. 1. Raising the alarm. As soon as an emergency is detected, the alarm must be raised. Some workplaces have automatic alarms, but in others, it's up to the staff to react quickly. 2. Evacuation and assembly. Ever notice those emergency exit signs in buildings? They exit for a reason. Every employee must know their nearest exit, the designated assembly point, who to report to. Example: a hospital nurse, Clara, smelled gas in the emergency unit. Instead of panicking, she calmly alerted security, guided patient out, and reported to the safety officer at the assembly point. Her actions saved lives. 3. Contacting emergency services. Whether it's the fire department, police, ambulance, or security, the faster they arrive, the better. In every workplace, someone should be designated to call for help and provide crucial details like location, type of emergency, and potential hazard. 4. First aid and crisis management. Before emergency services arrive, first aid can make a huge difference. That brings us to our next topic: the importance of first aid at work. First aid is the immediate care given to an injured or ill person before professional help arrives. A well trained first aider can save lives. But what does every workplace need? A first aid box. What should be in a first aid box? Adhesive plasters, sterile wound dressings, bandages and safety pins, iPads and antiseptic wipes, disposable gloves, a leaflet on first aid procedures. Fun fact: in some places, it's a legal requirement to have a stocked first aid kit. And speaking of legal safety requirements, let's talk about fire safety at work. Fire is one of the most dangerous workplace hazards. A small spark can turn into a disaster in minutes. But do you know the classes of fire and how to put them out? The fire triangle. What makes a fire? A fire needs three things to start: heat, example spark, open flames, electrical fault. 2. Fuel, example paper, wood, gas, chemicals. 3. Oxygen, from the air. If you remove one of these, the fire goes out. That's why fire extinguishers exist. But not all fires are the same. The five classes of fire and how to fight them. Using the wrong extinguisher on a fire can make things worse. Let's break it down. 1. Class A. Solid, like wood, paper, textiles. Use water or foam. Class B. Flammable liquid, like petrol, oil, paint. Use foam or dry powder. Class C, flammable gases. Butane, propane. Use dry powder. Class D, metals like magnesium, aluminium. Use special powder. Class F, cooking oil and fat. Use wet chemical extinguishers. Electrical fires. Never use water. Use CO2 extinguishers. And speaking of emergencies, let's talk about how to prepare for fire outbreaks. Fire prevention and emergency plans. Preventing fire is everyone's responsibility. Here's how you can reduce risk. Keep fire exits clear. Switch off electrical equipment after work. Proper storage of flammable materials. No smoking in higher risk areas. Regular fire drills. Your workplace should also have a fire emergency plan, including fire exits and escape routes, assembly points, assigned fire marshals, loud, clear fire alarms. Emergencies don't send invitations. How prepared are you? Do you know your company's safety procedures? If not, it's time to find out. Share this episode with your colleagues and start a conversation about workplace safety. You are listening to Sarah's podcast. Thank you.